Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
We are here at an Airbnb. We've never had an Airbnb before.
No.
Not the funnest reason to get one.
Yeah, what the heck? We could do it for something else or something.
Right. Gina's surgery is this morning. It's bright and early.
We're on Al's time this morning.
Yeah, it's 4:45 right now. We gotta be at the hospital for 5:25. So we figured we better get an Airbnb. Otherwise, we would have had to get up at like 2 a.m. Or driving at 2 a.m., I should say. So
Right.
we have a little bit longer, and then we're going to head to the hospital. But it's a pretty nice little Airbnb we got here. I'll have to give you guys a tour and show you what it looks like. I'm impressed.
It's leaf peeping season right now, so the hotels are crazy, but this is actually really nice to have your own little spot, and we kind of,
Right.
not that you really sleep good in the first night at a new place or even just because of what's going on, but it was really relaxing. Nice couch, watch a little TV.
We'll be able to come back here afterwards during the surgery because it's going to be a long day for both of us.
Well, hopefully I won't know.
You'll be sleeping, luckily. So I'll come back here, hang out. But yeah, let me give you guys a tour and show you what it looks like. You got the front door. You walk in, you got a little sitting area. The bedroom, pretty nice. The main road's right there. We're in a city, so we're not used to all the noises. It's pretty quiet where we are. So this has been a change to get used to. Then you come in, you got a nice little kitchen on the right. Couch, TV, some chairs. That turns up to a desk, so that'll be nice. I can do my editing this afternoon here. Nice little bathroom. Not super big, but it's nice and clean, cleanly, and just a nice place to hang out. So, yeah, kind of makes you feel a little bit better like you're at home instead of staying at a hospital or a hotel. It's got a comfy couch at least.
It does. And my surgery's going to be at least 8 hours, we were told. So instead of Al staying at the hospital all day, he's going to come back here. So this is close to the hospital. And yeah, so he can just be here and do his thing, try to get his mind off everything. And then they'll keep him updated and he'll come back. And hopefully who knows what I'll be looking like. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to come back here after we go to the hospital. We'll be there for a few hours, and after I'm going to try to come back here. When we're there, I'm going to talk to the doctors, and hopefully I can get them to call me. There's 3 of them doing the surgery today, so I'm hoping that they will call me in between, like once each one of them finishes up, let me know how everything is going. So I'll talk to the doctors this morning. We got to head out in a little bit. And we're only about, I think, 3 miles from the hospital, so that's nice. We don't have a far drive this morning, and coming back and forth, I don't have to worry about going too far, which will be nice. So
I'm hungry.
Gina has not eaten since. She didn't eat all day yesterday, so it was like dinner the night before. Yesterday she couldn't eat. She had to drink a lot of nasty stuff, and then she's had to stay hydrated, and we've been doing just, what is it, Redmond's Relight instead of a Gatorade. So she needs to stay hydrated with electrolytes. She's been doing all that. So I know you're not looking forward to the surgery, but it'll be nice that it gets started so that way you can get over with.
Right.
Not
so
having to eat and everything.
Not having to eat, and then I had my whole surgery prep, which is a whole big thing. So far, like, the hardest part is like, okay, it's coming up. I don't want to get sick. That's a big thing right now. And just hoping everything lines up, and it has, so that's good. And then not being able to eat, and then doing all the prep for surgery. So I don't want to have the surgery. I know I have to have it done, so I just want to kind of get this part done so I can get onto the road of recovery. So yeah, I think the hardest part was leaving Miss Olivia.
Yeah, that part wasn't easy. So it's everything that needs to get done. So we're gonna head out to the hospital, and I'll meet you guys there. It is chilly. The nice thing about an early morning surgery is the parking lot is empty. This place is usually mobbed, and driving in the city, everybody was sleeping. That's my kind of city driving.
Everybody should be sleeping.
And changing the right stent. The left stent is going to be mostly so that when they're taking that endometrium out, we don't go anywhere near the left ureter. If that all goes well, so is able to get the uterus out, doctor will then take out the portion of the rectum where that nodule is.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of figure out what's left and kind of put things together. I know the plan is to have a temporary stoma, correct? Okay. So then I get to do the embry implant after all that, because the bladder is the first organ in the front. And so if I do my part, they're going to have to be going behind it and potentially disrupt it. So I always go last for this because I'm going to drag the bladder kind of right across everything. So as planned, you know, the gap between the ureter and the bladder on imaging, where it kind of is last healthy, and the bladder is not very far. That doesn't necessarily translate that I'm going to be very easily able to plug it right back in. And so there are a couple of things that I do usually if I'm having a hard time getting them to reach. I either mobilize the bladder and kind of make it this weird little teardrop towards the side and just kind of pull it over. Sometimes I actually have to take a flap of bladder and just kind of flip it up and tube it in order to kind of replace that missing segment. And then the bladder ends up a tiny bit smaller, but that part actually ends up still holding urine, because now urine will kind of go back and forth. So that's called a psoas hitch, is where I just kind of pull it over, and a Bowery flap. I just like to explain everything that's right here. The stent will stay in. You'll have a catheter. You know, usually for my portion, you'll also have a little drain out of one of the lap ports. Take that out, and normally I would send you home. The bowel diversion might keep you here longer. I will have to talk to her about what the plan is in terms of how long she usually keeps people, but usually what she wants is for stool to start coming out of there and you to start eating. And so we'll kind of figure all that out, but I have a feeling you'll be here more than one day.
Yeah, she said 5 to 7.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Prepared.
Yeah.
You guys will call in between.
Oh yes. So like if one of the surgeons is completely done, then they'll usually come out and chat with you. And then I'll have them call you about every hour or two, especially when we're switching and doing something new. Wonderful. I'll see you back there.
Hi.
Hey, this is Liz. She's one of the PAs. Nice to meet you. She'll be helping us out with the robotic stuff.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, good to see you guys.
Nice to meet you.
You ready?
I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
It's a big day. I know. We are all ready for you.
So on the consent, right, we have, so my plan is hysterectomy, so removal of uterus and cervix. Okay. We're going to make a game time decision about the ovary, like most likely taking the ovary.
Yeah.
If I feel, I had sort of like visions of it last night, hoping that it's just all in the tube and I can like save your ovary. I don't know how that's going to go,
Yeah.
so we'll see. All right,
Only
so-
save it if you think it's worth saving.
Yeah, if it's normal, if it's big, complex cystic endometrioma, it's gonna go. And I am sorry about menopause, but nobody is ever gonna want to go
I'm
back.
preparing
in your
myself for
I know it's. I don't want to do that to you, but at the same time, I just also don't want you to, have to have surgery in the future and then get injured.
And I don't want to do that either.
Okay. And then everything else that the other surgeons are doing. I know. So it's big. You are our only case today.
Okay.
So now,
So you are our priority.
who goes first? I know.
It's going to be kind of a tag team, kind of work in tandem to sort of separate. It's like she can't do her part without partly my part being done, and I can't do my part without her part being done. So we kind of see what the anatomy gives us, and then, so her and I usually just work together the entire time, and the doctor will come back and finish the removal. We'll take lots of pictures, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll just make a game time decision about that ovary.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for me?
Nope. Did you eat breakfast?
I did. I
You're
had
not
breakfast.
shaky.
I have my coffee. I'm feeling good.
Okay.
So, all right. And you got all three of us, all right? And like
Okay.
I said, you're our only case today, so you are the only priority that we have.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll come find you after.
I'll be at, just, you guys can call me.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Because it'll be many hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of the way, okay?
All right,
I'll
thank
see
you.
you back there.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Alright, just gonna tuck this blanket under your toes here, okay? Gets a little breezy when we roll back.
Great.
Have any Marilyn Monroe moments?
Nope.
At least not until you're in the room, right?
I'll give you a kiss. Love you. See you later.
All right, Brad.
Love you.
All right, speedy recovery. Once you get out of that OR.
Do you have any questions before we head back?
Nope.
Okay,
Yes.
let's do it.
Don't run me into any walls.
I will not. I didn't give you drugs, so no promises with my drive.
All right, so Gina is in. Probably not starting the procedure yet, but soon. They brought her into the back room. They originally told us like 8 hours for the surgery. And then today at check-in, they told us 12 to 13 hours. So we've talked to the doctors, and yeah, that's kind of what they're thinking. So it's going to be a full day. It was supposed to be 7:30 for her to go in. It was 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's going to be till like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So they're supposed to be calling me with updates. So that'd be good to stay posted and to see how everything is going, and maybe the time frame will change once they get in. They're supposed to call me once they get everything in. They're using a robot for the surgery. So they told me it's going to take a while just to get set up before they can even start to do the surgery, which is kind of odd. But they said once that part is all done, they'll call me and let me know how that's going. Then in between every one of the doctors going, they're supposed to call me. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to go try to eat some breakfast. And then I brought a video to edit. So hopefully that'll help keep my mind off everything, because it is going to be a long day. All right, I just got off the phone. It's been about 3 hours now since Gina went in for surgery. She is doing good. I asked if any of the doctors were finished, and they said no. All 3 of the doctors were still working collectively together. The goal, I don't know if it's the goal, but what we were told is one doctor was going to do one part, and then after that, the next doctor would do theirs, and then the next one would finish up later on. They all need to start working together first so they can get everything however they need to do it together, and then after that, it'll be like one, and one. And then so hopefully we'll get another phone call in an hour-ish or so, and we'll find out more, and I'll keep you guys posted. So far, it's just been me and the computer and trying to keep my mind busy with editing, because it is going to be a long day. I just got the second phone call. It's been over 3 hours. I'm sure for you guys it's only been a few, but I was just thinking, man, it's been a while since they called. So the nurse called. She's the one that's in there during the whole procedure, and the first resection part went well. Now they're working on the second one, and then they'll be doing the ureter repair. And the ureter repair is the main surgery that she's been going in for, and they found these 2 other things that needed to get taken care of, and they need to get done at the same time, because if they have to go back in and the ureter is already repaired, they can damage that. So they're trying to get everything done at once. That's why it's such a big surgery. So the first part is done. They're working on the second, and I asked her, she said time frame, she still doesn't know. I asked her about the 12 to 13 hours. She says as of right now, it's looking like it's still going to be 12 to 13 hours, but the surgery is going good, and Gina is doing well, is what I was told. So I'm assuming when they say Gina is doing well, that means like her vitals and all that, because she's asleep. So I don't know. It's not easy just sitting around, that's for sure, especially with everything going on. I took a ride out, got lunch, but I'm not a city guy. So I'll pick the camera back up in a little bit. Let's get out and get some fresh air. It is beautiful out here, but it's not nice without Gina. It's been 9 hours now since she's been in surgery. I'm hoping to get an update soon, but I don't know. But the fresh air feels good. Did that have anything to do with the cold stuff that it was there for? Was that nodule, or was that different? All right, so it's been about 9.5 hours. One of the nurses called, and I talked to one of the doctors. They're doing 2 parts of the surgery. Right now they are working on fixing the ureter, which that's the main part that needs to get done. And the reason they're doing the other two surgeries is once they fix the ureter, they don't want to have to go back into her belly area at any point, even within like the next 5 years. So they're working on that now. And then after that, they got to work on the part so she can have a bag. So they told me about an hour and a half to 2 more hours to head up to the hospital. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to eat some dinner. And then I'm going to try to go out and get her some soup. They don't always have the nicest food at the hospital. Don't know if she'll be able to eat it tonight because it's already almost 6 o'clock, but I'll get it. That way she'll have some nice soup there to eat. Worst case scenario, maybe they can heat it up for her whenever she gets hungry, because I'm sure the kitchen's gonna get closed. I don't know if you guys have been to a hospital lately, but anytime we've been, it's been after COVID. Most of the cafeterias and stuff like that are shut down and they have very limited hours. So I want to make sure she has some food because she hasn't eaten now for 2 days. So I'm sure she's going to be hungry at some point. All right, so we just stopped and got Gina some dinner. Don't know if she'll eat it tonight, but she'll have it if she needs it. Now we're going to get back to the hospital. Don't ask me how that happened, but I'm pretty sure we got the same parking spot tonight as we got this morning. So that is a good thing. I got dinner, and now we get to go in, and hopefully shortly, within a half an hour, they'll let us in and see her. Hopefully she should be out of surgery any time now. Just got another phone call. Surgery went well. Gina is out. Now we just need for her to wake up, and then they will come get me, and we'll go back and see her. So now we wait some more. It is about 11 o'clock at night. I'm gonna head back to the Airbnb, try to get some rest. Gina is still basically sleepy, so she's sleeping. They got her to her room. Last time we were here, we had a pretty fancy room. This time we don't. We were spoiled last time, so this time it's like, oh, bummer. She's got good care. It's just, we're in the older part of the hospital. Potato, I know, but she's gonna be here for probably 5 to 7 days, so it would have been nice if she had a nicer room, but she'll be good. She's got a room by herself, so that is a positive note. She doesn't, as of right now, doesn't have a roommate. So I'm gonna leave, go back to the Airbnb. I'm hoping to get a few hours of sleep, and I want to get back here early in the morning because the doctors like to round early, and I want to make sure I'm here for when the doctors are here so we can just listen to see what they have to say. At least one of them is coming a little bit later, but when the main one gets there, I want to be here and just be able to get all of the health plan or healing plan down, because Gina's still not going to be 100%, so it's going to be a lot for her to handle. So far, everything is looking good. So we'll see her in the morning, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is about 5 a.m. I've already gotten a few texts from Gina starting around 4 a.m. So that is awesome. That means she's up and she's a little more awake today. So that is good. We're going to head to the hospital, see how she is doing, and hopefully the doctors will come in within an hour or two.
Please wait. Take the ticket.
So I bet it's been a few hours since I've been in there. Gina is doing good. Not ready for video yet, which I don't blame her. Her voice is very quiet. She had a tube down her throat for the whole procedure yesterday, so 12 hours. So her throat doesn't hurt, luckily, but she's just talking like this. So she's doing good. We actually met with most of the surgeons, so that was good. We met with everybody on all of the teams. So she's doing really well. She is just tired. She did not sleep much last night. She said she kept waking up like every minute, and she was thinking it was like every 2 hours, and she'd look at the clock. She's like, it was just a minute, and she keep falling back to sleep. When she has the general anesthesia, a couple of times after a couple of nights, I should say, after coming out of that, she feels like that. She doesn't sleep the greatest. So she's resting. She has some family up now visiting her. I'm going to go back to the homestead. And then me and Olivia are going to be coming back tomorrow. So that is good. And we'll see how she's doing. I want to bring up tomorrow, I got to remember, homemade chicken broth. They gave her some chicken broth because her sodium was low. And right now she's only on a liquid diet or a C-Claire diet. And she drank it. She's like, this isn't my chicken broth. I'm like, no, it's not from pasture-raised birds either. So luckily we always have chicken broth on hand and we freeze a lot of it. And she did a lot of that beforehand. So I'm gonna make some chicken broth tomorrow, bring that up. And then they also said protein shakes. So I wanna bring up a good healthy protein shake because there's a lot of protein shakes that aren't very healthy for you. And we want her to drink good nutritionist food to help her heal. So I gotta bring up some of that stuff tomorrow because we wanna make sure she's getting good nutrients in her body because that's gonna help her heal quicker and feel better. So I'm gonna hit the road, get back to the homestead, and I'm not sure when I'll remember to pick up the camera. I only got a couple of hours of sleep last night, so at some point, I'm sure I'm gonna take a nap or probably just go to bed early. So I'll keep you guys updated. It's all gonna be in this video, so I'm sorry it's kind of like back and forth, up and down, but there's just a lot of stuff going on right now. And yeah, it's all about Gina's health and how she is feeling. So I'll see you guys in a second. Good morning. I just got off the phone with Gina. She sounds a lot better. Her voice isn't as quiet as it has been. So that is good. She got a pretty good night's sleep, especially for being in a hospital. So I'm glad to hear that. We need to take care of all of the animals this morning. We got the pigs fed, the goats are waiting, so are the chickens. Take care of all of our chores, and then me and Olivia are gonna head up to the hospital today, check in on her. We gotta bring her some homemade broth, we can't forget that, and I think a protein shake. So I better not forget those or I won't be in trouble, but I want to bring those and I want to make sure I don't forget them. So let's get these animals fed and then we can get everything else ready. Good morning, boys. Good morning, ladies. Little P says, where's mine? Right here, little P. All right, we made it here. We got Mom some homemade chicken broth and a protein shake.
Yep.
So now we have to go bring it up and see how she is doing today. This is the third day here, second day after surgery. She sounded a lot better on the phone.
Hey guys, I'm doing good, just keeping you updated. I'm just tired right now, in a little bit of pain, but hopefully I'll be home soon.
All right, we made it back. It is raining out good. I had to go let the goats in. So Gina is doing a lot better, believe it or not. Her voice is just very quiet. That's probably about the worst part. It was nice to see. She actually got up, walked around, and her color in her face and her body is looking so much better, which is just good. So she ate some squash soup, she had some broth, and she had some protein shake while we were there. Not a ton, but she hadn't eaten since the 3 days. So, you know, when you don't eat for that long, you're kind of not really hungry. So she's working into it. And I'm thinking tomorrow she's going to look even better after having all that food in her. So I can't wait to see that. So, yeah.